Hi guys, I'm Brett Wood from Brett Wood Photo Art, and today I'm going to show you how to clean your sensor on your full frame digital SLR camera. It really is a simple process, it's not that difficult. A lot of people get very intimidated by cleaning the sensor on their camera, and I'm here to show you that it's not a difficult process. It's only a couple of steps and you can do it yourself at home. It really is easy. So let's get down to it, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so what we've got here today, I've got a good quality microfiber cleaning cloth, which I use a lot. I have a small LED torch, which I'm going to use to look at the sensor. Obviously, I've got my camera. My camera is a Canon 5D Mark IV, full frame digital SLR. I've got a Nissi Filters air blower, and any air blower is going to work fine. This one particularly works well. And the main thing I've got here is a full frame sensor cleaning kit. Now, basically you need to buy the right sensor cleaning kit for your camera. So full frame kit, this particular kit is suitable for your Canon or Nikon full frame cameras. If you've got a Sony or a different branded camera, then you just need to make sure you get the kit that suits your camera. There's lots of different kits available online, different brands. I would probably recommend buying one of the better quality ones. This is a reasonably good quality one, and I found that it works really well. Basically, all that comes in this kit is these cleaning swabs, and there's normally about 12 cleaning swabs in a kit. And the other thing that comes in the kit is this little bottle of camera sensor cleaning fluid. And normally these fluids are something like a chemical like 100% alcohol or something like that. So that's all you need. Okay, let's get down to it. So the first thing you need to do is remove the lens from your camera. So quite simply take the lens off your camera, put that away. Now, just one other thing that I'll mention here is when you do this, make sure you do it in a nice dust-free environment. It's probably a good idea to do it inside at home, and preferably to do it inside the room where there's no fans or air conditioners going or no windows open with wind blowing in. You want a relatively dust-free environment to do it. Okay, so we've removed the lens off our camera. Something I always do pretty much every time I take the lens off my camera is just to get the air blower. I always hold the camera upside down so it's facing down, so any little particles of dust or dirt will fall out. Just hold it upside down and give the little air blower a bit of a blow around in there. That'll just remove any small dust particles that might be in there. That's about it. Okay, the next thing we need to do is turn our camera on. In the Canon cameras, the cleaning sensor cleaning menu is in the yellow menu section. Canon camera owners will be familiar with that. So press the menu button and you'll get to the yellow section. It's the third one along in the yellow section. And we want to scroll down to the one that says sensor cleaning. So what we need to do first before we clean the sensor is we need to lock up the mirror in the camera so that the mirror inside the camera moves out of the way so that we can access the sensor. So that third one down that says sensor cleaning, we select that. And there's now 3 more options: auto cleaning, clean now, or clean manually. So we want to select the third one, which is clean manually. So we scroll down to that, clean manually, and press set. And we click OK here, or select OK. And when I select this, you'll hear the mirror inside the camera actually lock up. So the mirror is actually lifting up and moving out of the way so that we can access the sensor. So when I press OK, you'll hear that. Okay, that was the sound of the mirror moving out of the way. We're now going to turn the camera over so it's facing up and we can see inside the camera. We'll grab our little torch, switch it on, and we're going to take a look down there inside the camera. Now if you look down in there, you can actually see that reflective looking piece of work down there. That is your sensor. Now my sensor's actually quite clean because I've only recently cleaned it, but I'm going to clean it again just for demonstration purposes, just to show you exactly how to do it. A question a lot of people ask is how do I know when I should clean my sensor, or when should I clean my sensor? I would say that if you're out shooting reasonably often, you should clean your sensor probably at least 2 times a year. I probably clean mine about 2 or 3 times a year. Another way you can tell if your sensor needs cleaning is was a couple of ways, but quite an effective way is to turn your camera onto a high aperture like f/22 and take a photo of something that's really white, like a white piece of paper or a really stark white wall. And if there's any dust spots on your sensor, they'll normally show up in one of those photographs. Another way you can tell when your sensor needs cleaning is quite often when you're editing your photos in Photoshop or Lightroom, you'll visibly see dust spots on your images. So you'll see little black or little dark coloured spots on your images, which are dust spots on your sensor. So that means it's dirty and it's a good time to clean the sensor. Okay, so we'll move on to cleaning the sensor now. The first thing we want to do is we want to grab one of these swabs here that come in the sensor cleaning kit. Now, as I say, there's normally about 12 swabs in each kit. You only use 1 swab per clean. Once you've cleaned it, you throw the swab away. You use a new one every time you clean the sensor. So we remove the swab from the packet. It's quite simple. There's our swab. So I'm just going to explain how to do it before we actually put the cleaning fluid on the swab. So if we look down into the camera, again, looking at the sensor there, we want to do two actions with the swab. We want to start at one end of the sensor and move the swab the whole way along like so until we get right to the end. We then want to turn the swab over the other way, so this way, and then do another full movement right the way along the sensor to the end. So you don't want to use the same side of the swab to do both, to wipe that way and the other and back the other way. So you don't want to go down like that and then back like that, because really you're just pushing the dust back on. So you want to do one swipe down that way, then turn the swab over, and then do one swipe that way. And once you've done that, your sensor's clean. So the next thing we need to do is apply the cleaning fluid to the swab. So we grab this little bottle of cleaning fluid. I normally put just right on the end of the swab, I normally just put 1 or 2 little drops of fluid. Very hard to see the fluid come out here, but you will. There it goes. So there's 2 drops there. And then on this side the same. I put 1 or 2 drops on this side. Like so. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so now let's look down into the sensor and we'll off we'll go. So we'll drop the swab down onto the sensor, push it right to the end and put a little bit of pressure on the swab and drag it right the way along the sensor, all the way to the end, like so. We're then going to turn the swab over, like so, and do a full movement all the way along the sensor right to the other end again. Like so. That is it. Your sensor is clean. You've done one full movement each way and you're finished. Once again, each swab only does one clean, so throw it away and use a new one each time. The next thing you want to do is just put your lens back on the camera and you're done. So we'll put the lens back on. once we put the lens back on, we'll just switch the camera off and you can hear the mirror drop back down again. And that's it. Your sensor's clean, your lens is back on, and you're good to get back out and start shooting again. That's about it, guys. I hope that's helped you. I hope you found that video quite simple to understand. As I said, it really is a pretty simple process. It's something you can do by yourself at home. You don't need to send your camera off to a camera shop to get the sensor cleaned. You can do it yourself. It's not that difficult. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you've learnt something from it. If you'd like to check out more of my services, or especially my photography tours, head over to my website and have a look. My website is brettwoodphotos.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.